Hello and welcome to this demonstration on Trading System Lab Lite. TSL has several new products that we're planning to release soon, the first of which is the TSL Lite platform. Now, TSL Lite is not a full substitute to the Trading System Lab platform, the genetic program platform. The TSL full platform is simply too powerful, has too many features to be easily replicated in a simple, lightweight trading strategy design platform. TSL Lite is extremely easy to use and has a number of very powerful features that allows the creation of very good trading strategies quickly on any market. Step number one, load the data. For this, we will use the E-mini S&P 500 daily data from 1982 to 2021. Here is the data. Step number two, run the system. So we're now generating trading strategies on this market, and here's the equity curve of the trading strategies that have been generated. Now, TSL Lite produces many subsystems that then become aggregated into a whole system. For example, here we have generated 95 trading strategies, individual trading strategies. They produce this equity stream here. The code for all 95 trading strategies is here. We'll simply copy and paste that code into TradeStation. I'll erase what I currently have in there and verify it. And you can see that it's verified. And the code will be rerun on this chart here in a couple seconds. And I'll load the latest, it's loading automatically. Here's the equity curve of all of those trading strategies. Now, in the log here, we have a sortable spreadsheet. That's sortable, say, by percent correct or sortable by profit to drawdown and flat time ratio, etc. And these trading strategies here can be individually selected. I'll get to that in a minute. But the first type of work that we can do with these strategies is to simplify the amount of code. And to do that, we will use our simple code filtering algorithm here. Now, the trading strategies generated might have a holding period between 1 and 5 bars. This is all selectable, and we can change this and increase or decrease the range of holding periods that will be evaluated. We can also remove some of the filtering criteria that we're looking at. Right now, we're looking at a maximum of 29 different enhancement filters that are available built into the platform. We can increase or decrease the minimum acceptable profit factor. Usually we leave the number of trades minimum alone at something like 30, but we can certainly increase that to say 100 or more. Remember, these are very simple little subsystems that don't have very many parameters at all. Perhaps just one parameter or two parameters. That's something to keep in mind. The net to drawdown ratio, minimum acceptable, can be changed here, raised or decreased. The flat time ratio maximum that is allowed in the trading strategies can be changed here. So when we hit run, we generated 95 trading strategies, actually 96 because we're starting our count at 0. So we generated 96 trading strategies. We generated a total number of systems of 4,350 systems. Out of those, only 96 met our minimum acceptable criteria, and that code was generated, and that's the code that we pasted into TradeStation. But there are some repeated trading systems that are effectively bloat of the production. For example, if I have a holding period of a trading system that's 3 bars into the future, and another trading system that was generated that met our criteria that has a holding period of 5 bars into the future, obviously the 3-bar holding period system is going to get exited first, and the 5-bar holding system won't get exited. So I created a filtering algorithm that lets us remove that bloat as well as filter by, say, profit factor. So I'm going to remove that bloat by filtering by profit factor, and all we do is select that here and rerun the strategy, and that new set of code is generated here under code filter. So we can see that we eliminated strategy number 0 and other strategies. So we'll once again copy and paste those strategies into Power Editor and verify them, and they do verify, and they'll be rerun in TradeStation here in a minute. And when it's run, the equity curves will be regenerated, and here's the new equity curves. Now, we want to be able to select on our own some of these individual trading strategies. That would be a rather powerful feature to use in TSL. So I'll turn off the system filter and sort, say, by profit factor, and click on these systems here. So I'll start with system number 86. And when I do that, that code will be generated here. So there's strategy number 86 that's generated right there. Now I accidentally clicked twice, and it was repeated twice there. So I don't want repeated systems. So I'm going to remove that second system. And say I want system number 24. Here's system 24, 95, 60, 25, 46, 49. They all have a very good profit factor, higher than 3, etc., etc. So all that code is generated here. I'll take that code and I will copy it into Power Editor, and now I've created a customized set of trading strategies that I can choose and select from this window here. Just make sure that you don't accidentally click twice on the line item like I did, or you'll just generate the trading strategy multiple times. That's a feature or a bug that we need to work on in version 1.1, and we will do that. So that is how the individual trading strategies are selected. Now, what is this algorithm based on? Well, one of the things that it's based on is day of month versus return. So over the past 25 years or so, I've done a lot of work with seasonality and descriptive statistics relating to seasonality. For example, day of week. This plot here shows the movement on this market, the E-mini S&P 500, based on day of week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We can see that Tuesday has the highest upward movement of any other day of week. Monday's a close second, etc., etc. Likewise, day of month for every month has a particular type of descriptive statistic. Here shows the percent return versus trading day of month. This is trading day of month, not calendar day of month. So there's 22 or 23 trading days per month. As we can see in the middle of the month, around trading day of month 13 is a good time to short the market using a short holding period. The yellow lines here are 1 to 5 days in the future. Red is 5 to 10. Then we have 10 to 15 and 15 to 20. So shorting in the middle of the month is when is the most productive. Going long early in the month or in the later periods of the month, holding for longer holding periods is more productive as well. So, for example, let me resort our systems back to 0 here. As we can see here, I've got a day of month of 2 with a holding period of 2 and a particular filter that generated 86 trades. And I'm generating that trading system here. Certainly not in the strongest portion of the overall descriptive statistic here, but it met our minimum criteria of a profit factor of 2, a net to drawdown of 5, and a flat time ratio maximum of 0.4. Now I can sort by holding period and look at some of the holding periods. I'm sorry, I'm going to sort by day of month, and I'm going to look at some of the later holding periods here, for example, around 15 or 16. And we can see we have a number of those in the 16 range with a holding period of 5. And that generated quite a few trades in the hundreds of trades and had a pretty good profit to drawdown and a pretty good profit factor. So by evaluating day of month along with the enhancement filter that we've designed here, we can create a basket of some rather powerful trading strategies that can be picked and chosen at your discretion, dropped into easy language, and then produce the equity curves. Now, there's one other feature that I'd like to show you in Trading System Lab, and that's called the scatter plot. And I should have shown that to you early on, but I didn't. So I'm going to restart the platform and rerun that data that I just ran. So here it is. I'm going to open it up. And by the way, this button here will turn red if there's a problem with our data and give you an error message regarding that. So I'm going to rerun this program using our default settings here. And I'm going to produce the scatter plot with a trend line. So this shows the in-sample versus out-of-sample scatter plot of our trading systems and the Pearson's R. We want to see a upward sloping line, good out-of-sample relative to the in-sample. Obviously, if the out-of-sample performance was very poor, we would see a negative slope here. So that's the final feature for TSL Lite. If we have an error message, it'll show up here. If we've done something wrong with the platform, imported improper data, this light will turn red, and we can evaluate what's going on with our data. For data types, we have a data file formatter here, and we basically we load in data that we want, and we can accept many different forms of data: AIQ, CSI, Metastock, Dow Jones, Future Source, Telechart, Tech Tools, and text data. So CSI data is a popular source. We'd simply load that data by selecting our folders in the CSI Unfair Advantage program, and load in that data, and then let me find a data source that I like to work with. Say the the Nasdaq. That's not a good one. Say the E-mini. We'll stick with the E-mini S&P 500. We'll load all the data, and then make the data. And we've made it. We've created ES 5500. And then we just load that data into TSL and begin working with that. So we have a formatter here. Of course, the data is very simple. It's just in row column format with date, time, open, high, low, close. We also have a TradeStation and multi-charts data producer that you can run on a chart, and it produces this file. It's extremely simple. Data that's loaded in is extremely simple. And once you have the data loaded in, then the day-a-month density plot will be populated, and you can evaluate that day of month. It's particularly interesting to see some of the other commodities and how they respond to their individual trading day of month. This trading day a month here is rather typical to the type of index markets that are out there, the Dow, the Russell, the NASDAQ, etc. So that's it. That's Trading System Lab Lite. We we hope you enjoyed this demonstration. I also forgot to mention that we have a complete list of every trade of every subsystem that was generated here in this .NET component that's populated extremely fast. So you can go back and look at these individual systems and look at individual trade by trades to confirm that your translation was correct over to TradeStation. And some simple summaries of the overall complete aggregate of all of the trading systems. There's some additional work that we need to do here to enhance this. Um, I mentioned that we have the code selected window here. If we select an individual trading system, we will see that code selected here. Let me select one. There we go. We get that code selected here that we can copy and paste into TradeStation. And we have the filtered code here for that code that we've selected using our system filter. We can vary the OOS in sample and out of sample here. We can also turn on or off constant dollars located here. And I show the maximum price of the time series. And we add a small portion of that to the constant dollars number. Remember that to produce the number of shares or contracts that are traded, we divide the price of the underlying into the constant dollars number. That's how many contracts we trade, and that number of trades, the number of contracts is shown in its own individual column. For example, here we can see that as the S&P 500 price raises, we trade fewer contracts. Most recently, we're only trading one contract. Well, we hope you enjoyed this demo. Please let us know if you'd like to purchase a license to this program. We are offering a discount to existing TSL clients. And again, this is not a substitute to the full Trading System Lab platform, but it is a good addition to your toolbox to design trading systems using a TSL trading strategy generator. Thank you very much.